Good morning, YouTube. Hope everyone's well. I hope you had all. I hope you all had a good Christmas and almost a happy New Year. We are on Wednesday, the 6th, I think, of January. I think. Yeah, must be bloody crazy coming out in this weather. We've had all sorts from real heavy rain, really heavy snow. That's disappeared and now it's just drizzly. Still cold, although it's not been that cold. It's only been it's probably been about 5 degrees constantly for the last 3 days. But that's not what this is about. I just want to have a quick check-in with you guys, see if everyone's all right. Just have a bit of a chinwag before I start the day. It's about 8:45. I'm literally just round the corner from my only job today, should I say, my first job. And this is just one. I'll show you some pictures at the end of this little waffle of what I'm going to be doing. This is a new customer. I'm going to call her a new customer because I've only cut her grass once. Because she caught me at the end of last season and it was really dry and her grass is just moss. Literally, it's just moss. So she's a new customer, which is a good thing because it means there's things to do rather than me being on top of everything. And you won't see any work today. I'll just show you what I'm doing and then what I've done. And then at the springtime, like March, April time, we'll be going in there and full force and ripping her lawn to bits. I'm saying that a bit brutal, really, don't I? I'm going to be scarifying it. Sulfate and scarifying it and reseeding it because it is literally just moss. So yeah, that was it. I did have things to say, but as usual, we'll get in front of the camera and yeah. Oh wow, what a first 6 days of this year that it's been. We are back down in a lockdown. Not that I want to really talk about politics or what's going on in the world, but it does affect people. You know, I mean, I've seen a few YouTubers that I follow now that are almost doing what they have done and waffling about this lockdown and coronavirus and how it's affecting people. I almost look like I'm going to the Antarctic or something like that with all this get up on. It is cold. I ain't got no hair, so I have to have a hat. So yeah, it's just a really weird. Last year was really weird. You know, lost at least 50 to 60% of my customer base. Started to crawl some of that back by the end of the year, and then obviously winter hit, and now obviously we're back down in lockdown. So all the people that didn't want me last year because they're at home are going to be the same this year or this spring. They'll get it done themselves, or they're not that bothered. It's just been really surreal for the last year and a bit, or last year should I say, because it didn't happen until March, so it's not even been a year yet. So yeah, and it does affect people. I mean, I've been saying to the wife since the second lockdown that it's turned people weird. You know, normally, I don't know how to explain it. You know, it's made people frantic. So like, people's driving is, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't think I'm a perfect driver. And you know, some days I think, bloody hell, I'd have to get away with that. But it's made people frantic. It's like, you know, where they're going, it's like they're on a mission, they've got to get there, they've got to do that, and that is it. And it's just like they're not aware of anything else on the road. And then same in supermarkets and stuff like that. Like, people just like this, and you know, they're trying to protect themselves, but they're making it worse for themselves because they're not aware of what's around them. So they're probably touching people and pushing people more than what they would do is if they, like, you know, open their eyes. But yeah, on about driving, I'm a bit gutted actually. You did this to me last time, booked me in for a lesson. My class 2 driving has been on hold since last March, I think it is, because I booked in for it was a week before lockdown, because I booked in and then as soon as I paid for it, 5 days later it's telling me that it's not on, and I've literally just booked my second test and now lockdown's kicked in again. I think he knew what was going to happen, so we wanted to get some money in the bank. So I may see what the lockdown's going to be like, and if it's going to be for a certain amount of time, I'm just going to ask for a full refund and restart next year, see what happens and restart, because it's the best part of 500 quid basically that he's sat on. So if he does that too, he said he had 18 people, it sits on that for 18 people. That's a lot of money just to be sat there. Mind you, we'll have to find it again when everybody wants either the money back or the thing. I'm going off on one, aren't I? You know, I don't really know what this video is about apart from saying hello, Happy New Year and all that lot, and this is what I'm still doing. That's what I was trying to say. This job is a new customer. I knew the job that I'm doing today. It's just clearing borders. It's just got 2 biggish borders. Well, I say biggish, not big compared to some of the beds that I tackle, but for the size of garden, it takes up a good chunk of it. So yeah, it's just clearing borders today. There's 2 of them, they're really overgrown. She wants them digging out, all the rubbish taken out. There's a lot of briar, a lot of old stuff. I mean, I've said to her there's some stuff in there that you could probably keep and bring back because it's overcrowded. It just dies off because obviously you can't get no sunlight. But excuse me, there are signs of life. Yeah, I suppose I better get on really, Anna. Just a nice little chinwag. About nothing, bit of a rant, a bit of this, a bit of that, but I hope everyone's good, and I'll see you in the garden. Alright, so in the garden, this is one of them. As you can see, it's mainly briar. Some other things in there, some euonymus. I'm trying to think what that is there, but it's pretty much dead. And over here, there's another one. And again, just briar. Some nice rose there. I think I'm going to keep that in there, I think. And clearly ivy after all. You can see what I mean by the moss. Alright guys, how do you know when it's hot? When you're hot. It's quite cold today. I'm just taking my hat off. And obviously I've been digging this bed. You see that? Yeah, it's not me breathing, it's just sweating like a pig. Alright gang, so this is a big one. It's a lot bigger than I thought actually. We decided that what we're going to do is make it smaller by putting 1 or 2 strips of turf down this bit, because obviously over years it's just gradually got bigger and bigger as most people do it. They don't like an area, so they'll leave it and cut around it, and every year it gets bigger. That's that one done. And there's this one. This one looks a lot nicer. See I'll tell you a story about this in a second. Alright guys, so that job took me about 5 hours, 9 till 2:30, so 5.5. I stood around for about an hour and a half talking to the lady, to be honest. She kept on coming out and talking to me. What this little end video bit is about is I pointed out there's a cable on the wall for a hot tub. The first thing I asked her when I started talking to her in the morning was, the hot tub, where's the cable for the hot tub? If I dig through that side border, where is it? And she said to me, it goes down this wall, along through the conifers and out, and you'll see it pop up. Okay, fair enough. So I'm not going to touch it when it gets to the touching the border. Oh no, you'll miss it. When halfway through that bed and I saw that cable, I was like, that's not going through the conifers. And she come out and goes, oh, I didn't think you were touching that bed today. I'm like, well, I'm not going to just go touch one because it won't be voted, but I asked you, and she went, oh yeah, I didn't realise it actually went there. You told me it went through the conifers and through the back and underneath it, and it come up at the front, but no. So moral of the story, make sure you double check, because sometimes the customers don't even know what they're on about. There we go. Anyway, I'm off to save the wife from the Antichrist, and if anybody has kids they'll know what I mean. So see you guys on the next one.